EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Right to the air is Huntley. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Always got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Huntley to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 38 yards on the scamper there. Boy, once you get Kareem Hunt in the open field, look out. He's got speed to burn, and he showed off the wheels on that one. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Carr now to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's Huntley. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Huntley. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Ajabo running in to take him down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. David Ajabo. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Huntley. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He's got room at the 30. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side. And he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
And his kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Carr's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Dancing to us, trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The Browns at 2-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit on luck.
Touchdown, Browns! A great play there. 28 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to look deep now for Landry.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
To throw on second down, Huntley. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. On 1st and 10, Huntley. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A big play that time for Cleveland. 52 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Looking to throw. Huntley. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
93.
Throwing on first down is Carr. That caught by Trimble. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Carr to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 35. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Back to throw. Huntley. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The
false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Carr going to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe his quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. He's going to look deep for more. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Carr now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Tucker's kick is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll roll him out right. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down. Huntley. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. That one goes for 24 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. Touchdown, Browns. Gabriel Davis, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, As many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
Here we go, here we go.
On 3rd down, Huntley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. To throw his car. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this awfully close to a 1st down. Boy, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there. They run for it with Hunt. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
To throw on 3rd down, Huntley. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for